Just off the east bank of the Cumberland River and across the water from the Tennessee State Capitol building, there's a look at Nissan Stadium in Nashville. This crowd here fired up for football as a moment ago their Titans were introduced. This should be a good one as the Titans get set to match up with the Buffalo Bills. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. First carry for the Clemson man, Travis Etienne. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. You often say that sort of opens the playbook now, second and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. Here's a give to Etienne. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. A handoff for Etienne. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
Coming up on a 2nd and 6.
I can't believe they let you play. I can't believe they even let you play.
A shotgun snap and a give to Etienne. They'll get only a couple down to the 44. When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
On play action, Allen. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on fourth. Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. He's going to have his running back. It's complete. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 44. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
On 1st and 10, Bridgewater. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
Second and 10. On the handoff, this is Swift. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. He'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down. Here's Bridgewater. Catch is made by Hunter Renfrow. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Titans' 22-yard line. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a 1st down.
On 1st and 10, it's Swift. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
Play fake. Bridgewater. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
We'll put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one. Force the incompletion. That'll allow him to get bolder with his pass rush, won't it?
Absolutely. Frees up your guys elsewhere. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
I thought they were onto something with their play call and kind of went in reverse a little bit. Threw it on 1st down, then ran it on 2nd down. Not successful either way. What play call do they come up with here on this important 3rd down try?
Third and goal for Bridgewater. And down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14. Aleem McNeil brings him down, and that's a play he's going to remember. The first sack of his NFL career. And Folk's kick is good. And the Bills will take a 3-0 lead. So the opening drive does yield points, maybe not the 7 they wanted, but they'll take the 3.
Accumulating 1st downs does not go up on the scoreboard, but it does go into the DNA of a team that's trying to establish itself to start a game. That has to feel pretty good for them. They'll take the 3.
Yeah, they had 3 first downs and 3 points. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. They'll start on the ground. ETN. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at second down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Now Allen. Left side here, that's the tight end fan. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup.
And let's face it, you can put any Halloween costume on him. You're not going to be able to disguise him because for a tight end of his size, difficult to sneak him anywhere, but that's what they tried to do. Lined up on his right, tried to work his way back to his left, but just a minimal gain as the defense was able to react quickly.
They'll run with ETN, and they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave him with a 4th down. On 4th down, here's Brett Kern to punt the football away. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. And here comes Berrios. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. It's a 40-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And they come in losers of 2 straight. And remember, they've got the open date on their calendar next weekend, but you think it's vitally important, Charles, that they focus on the task at hand here?
Absolutely, because these players, they know what's coming up, and the difference between taking time off following a win versus doing so on a 3-game losing streak, that's absolutely huge because they may come back if they lose this game to a facility, and there may be new faces in there and some teammates lost.
The Bills with a football as we start quarter number 2, as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Here's a handoff to Swift running left. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at second down.
Look, all any running back wants is a little bit of room, a little bit of space in order to maneuver. But he also understands how difficult it is for his offensive line up front. So if they give him any space, he realizes his job to make more out of it than what they give him. Picks up 3 on that carry.
Coming up on 2nd and 7. Bridgewater. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
You got to give some credit. They're able to hop up in the air and bat that one away. And that's frustrating for an offensive lineman because the only recourse is when he goes in the air to try and give some type of a pop or a shove, hoping to bring his arms down.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Off the play fake, Bridgewater. Open man, that's Renfro. And he is going to have a Bills 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, we always hear about the connections some quarterbacks have with certain receivers. I think this guy has a connection with just about everyone. Didn't mind throwing it in there against double coverage to him.
Shows some confidence, supreme confidence.
Big-time confidence that he would make the play for him, and he did.
Bridgewater's throw complete there to Thomas. A gain of 6 there on 1st. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
To throw again on 2nd down. Bridgewater. He's going to find and complete it to Renfro. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Titans' 22-yard line.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Here's a handoff to Swift. The linebacker, Anthony Hitchens, there on the stop.
Brandon, all things considered, They have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Second down at 5. On play action, it's Bridgewater. He's got the connection over the middle to Diggs. And the Bills are going to have a first and goal as the tackle made at the 10-yard line.
We all saw the talent, the big plays in Minnesota, but Stephon Diggs really elevated his game in Buffalo last year. Led the NFL in catches with 127. There's another one right there.
Here's Swift. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up second and goal. Bridgewater now. Toward the pylon, caught. Touchdown. C.J. Uzomah. His second touchdown on the season. And the Bills will extend their lead.
As a general rule, quarterbacks don't want to lock in on a receiver before the ball is snapped. But in this case, based on the matchup he thought he was going to get, it was favorable for his tight end. He locked in on him early and found him for a touchdown.
Folk connects on the extra point, and the lead grows to 10-0. Folk now set to boot it after his guys put 6 on the board. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. Nothing for them yet from an offensive standpoint, down 10-zip as they come up 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Allen. They'll find Paris Campbell. That's complete. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. From midfield, here's Allen. Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off at the 46. Past the 20. 5. And he is not quite going to make it all the way in. They'll mark him down right about the 1-yard line. So now it appears they're going to accept the penalty, which means take away the interception. Also means keep your defense on the field. Don't understand this one bit. So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. Here's Bridgewater. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 13-yard line.
On 2nd down, Swift. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. The Bills on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. That's out to the flat for Swift. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. They call it a loss of a yard there. And that's going to make it 4th down. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. 10-0 our score. And for the second time tonight, this field goal unit comes out here. And Folk's kick is good. And that'll push the lead up to 13-0. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces them to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. That's what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
At their own 22-yard line.
Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. And last time, 1-play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action.
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
A false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Allen off the play fake. Steps away. His throw incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. To throw, it's Allen. And the Bills are going to get him as he goes down. That winds up pushing him back 11 yards on the sack. And that'll bring up 3rd. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. They'll fire one downfield for Fant, and that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
2 things you can do in that situation: run and punt the football, or try and take your shot at getting the 1st down. They chose the latter, but they'll have to punt all the same.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. Here's Berrios. The danger of a punt that good? A 16-yard return. And the Bills are going to take over in great position here with a 1st and 10. Bridgewater to throw it. The open man here, Renfro. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
Let's make this one simple. What a catch, especially the finishing part of getting his feet in.
And I believe they buzzed down. They're going to take another look at this play with all reviews coming from the replay official here in the final 2 minutes of the half. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call. They go play action. Bridgewater. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call. I think you'd agree that looked like the right call from up here.
No doubt about it. What everyone has to understand is that the officials are going to be right on the play each and every time. You may not like the call, but they're usually spot on.
To throw is Bridgewater. And he comes back with one complete. Now the Bills will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. Now Bridgewater. And this is caught for a Bills touchdown. DeAndre Swift, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Bills are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point up and good by Folk. And that pushes the lead up to an even 20. Folk now set to boot it after his guys put 6 on the board. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And with a 3-score deficit staring them in the face, they might have to press the issue here and try to get points out of this drive. They'll fire one downfield for Fant. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
Again from the 20 after the incompletion. Here's 2nd and 10. Here's Allen to throw it. Steps away to his left. And it's hauled in by Nick Vanette. And he'll be out of bounds near the 30. In fact, right on the 30.
When you're struggling on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
Allen now on 1st down. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out high. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Throwing now is Allen. He'll find the rookie from Michigan, Nico Collins. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Again, they'll throw with Allen. He'll let this go deep for Ruggs. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete.
A deep ball down that right sideline, and he made sure that he put it where either his guy was going to catch it or no one was.
Here's 2nd and 10.
In your face.
A final shot before half for Allen. That ball caught by Campbell. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. So we've reached halftime with the visiting Bills taking the lead to the locker room. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Bills with the lead, and they'll get the football first as the second half is underway. Braxton Berrios selected to bring it out. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. Hey, Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple...
Trying to get it to Thomas, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Adrian Phillips, and he'll get this back to the 32-yard line. Not the way you envision things to start out the third quarter. One play and already a turnover.
It's interesting. You and I were talking with the coach, and he talked about how at halftime, as a play caller, he wanted to make sure he got a new script going for the second half, not just the one that he operated off of to start the game. Nowhere on that script did it have that result.
On 1st and 10, it's ETN. Finding room to the 20. And he's got it all the way down to the 12-yard line. 55 rushing yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
And that's a pleasing run there by Travis Etienne. And every time I see him carry it, I think of the word mature. Why? 4 full seasons at Clemson, not something you normally get with a running back. Had almost 5,000 yards rushing, the school record, along with 70 rushing touchdowns. That's both the school...
And it's a Titans touchdown. Henry Ruggs. His second touchdown on the season. And the interception by the Titans D leads to a touchdown. Evan McPherson for the extra point. That is good, and that'll make it 20-7. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
On second down, Swift. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good one.
Stephon Diggs, and all the way home for a Bills touchdown. Stephon Diggs, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Bills will add on to their lead. For as big and strong as some of these guys are, especially when you see them in full pads, it is sometimes hard to appreciate how truly fast they can move. That was incredible.
And sometimes you see big plays develop on a route like this, a slant route, and the object, very simple. Get the ball to your receiver in stride. This one was right on the money. He didn't miss a beat, and then it's off to the races, and there he goes.
Folk now set to boot it after his guys put 6 on the board. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2 minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
56. First down. 1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
Allen going to throw. Flush to his right. And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down. Montez Sweat, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. 2nd and 12. Running out of the gun with ETN. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
Allen going to try and throw on 3rd down. He'll let this go deep for Ruggs. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. A big play that time through the air. 33 yards. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Now Allen. Dancing to his left. He's got his big tight end, Fant. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion. On 2nd down, a run with ETN. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. 73 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night. So a decent deficit at this stage in the 2nd half. 4-down territory?
No doubt about it. There's not a chance that he hasn't looked ahead and said, okay, if we gain yardage on this play, this is what we'll do going forward. If we lose yardage, this is the play call that I'll have ready.
ETN. It's a loss of 4 on the 1st down play.
It's a nice second effort we just saw there, so I'm trying to get to the end zone, but a lot of times near the goal line, that second effort can lead to disaster. Make sure you hold on to the football because there's going to be guys swarming when you're carrying it.
It's 2nd and goal, back to the 8-yard line now. Allen now looks to throw. Got a man, and it's taken in for a Titans touchdown. Paris Campbell, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Titans are able to close the gap just a bit. McPherson on for the point after. He's got it, and the score's now 27-14. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This fielded right at the goal line. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10. And he'll be brought down here at the 28. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
There with a tackle, Dietrich Wise Jr. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. To throw, Bridgewater. Open man is Uzomah. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Third and short yardage, Bridgewater. He's got the hook up with Diggs. And he is going to have a Bills first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. 1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. So operating from Tennessee territory now. Here's 1st and 10 down at the 31. Back to the running game with Swift. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
On 2nd and 7, Bridgewater. He's going to find and complete it to Renfro.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
From the red zone now, Bridgewater. He'll get this off to Swift. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And that'll make this a 2nd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Bridgewater. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off off with great anticipation. And now off to the races down the right side. The 40, 20, 10. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Well, don't change that channel just yet. This one may have gotten a bit more interesting.
Put down the remote, put down the clicker. This one looked like it was over. It looked like they were ready to seal the deal. But in doing so, by pitching it around a little bit, it cost him. We could have a great finish.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. Berrios going to bring this out of the end zone. And this will be a touchback. Berrios deciding not to bring it out. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And now this fourth quarter becoming very interesting. That pick six makes this a one-score game. Still plenty of time on the clock. We'll see how aggressive they choose to be. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. 92 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runner.
And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. And CD, we have seen some great runs the last few times we've been together, but I think we could at least put this one in our top five. That was a determined gallop there.
And that, in a nutshell, shows you what this guy's made of. I mean, most guys in the NFL just can't do that. He absorbed the contact, refocused himself, and made a break for the end zone.
And you can see the distance traveled there after the initial contact on the next-gen stats. Folk connects on the extra point, and the lead now stands at 13. Folk now set to boot it after his guys put 6 on the board. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. Well, a dangerous return man showing it here. Still going past the 30. And he'll bring it back all the way. Touchdown, Tennessee. And that big fourth quarter return, Charles, makes this a one-score game.
And now it all comes down to philosophy. All right, they just had the big return for a touchdown, so the momentum is high. Do you want to ride that and go for 2? Or do you just go ahead and kick the extra point and come back and rely on your defense?
So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. Berrios going to bring this out of the end zone. And deep in his own territory. He coughs up the football. It's picked up by the Titans. And he's going to score. It's a Titans touchdown. Andy Janovich, his first touchdown on the year. And the Titans can have the lead if they hit the extra point. A very important extra point there, up and good. And they have taken the lead here in this fourth quarter. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. Berrios going to bring this out of the end zone. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. But the bad news for them, they've seen that cushion they once had totally evaporate, and they're working from behind. The good news, they now have the opportunity to regain the lead right back. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Play fake. Bridgewater. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked off near the 29. And they will finally get to him, but a great return has set him up 1st and goal at the 5. Boy, what a turnaround. They exited the lockers with a nice lead, and now all of this. What's happened?
So when you start to write your novel, you'll start out with, it was a tale of two halves, won't you?
Right, but I'm a bad writer.
I don't know exactly what happened because sometimes teams can go in with a lead and get too comfortable, too relaxed, and a couple of things go wrong, and it's hard to get back that good feeling.
And they'll run with ETN. And he gets in. Touchdown, Tennessee. Travis Etienne with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Titans capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. All right, now a big 2-point conversion attempt still to come. They're going to try and run. And he will get into the end zone. It's 2 points and also a 2-score advantage as the lead swells to 9. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Berrios going to bring this out of the end zone. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. Yeah, the script really is flipped for them. The momentum on the other sideline, and now they have to try and battle back from a 2-score deficit. They'll contain him to just 4, second down. And right now, defensively, you love that, don't you? I mean, you'll give them that play.
And they'll take it every single time. This is almost like nickeling and diming it downfield, and too much time's going to run off the clock.
From the 17, Bridgewater. Pressure comes, and the Titans able to bring him down. That's the rookie first-rounder, Jalen Phillips, who works in to bring him down.
I remember throughout my career hearing defensive coaches always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. Well, they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed. Play action now. Bridgewater. And that is incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. Desperation time, 4th down, Bridgewater. That is caught. It's Uzomah. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They felt compelled to go for it, and they got it.
Well, I'd look down at my play sheet, and what I would find, plays that have been successful throughout the game that have worked at the distance you need, and that's exactly what they got done.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Here's Bridgewater. He gets it to Humphreys. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. That is catch number 300 now for his NFL career. On play action, it's Bridgewater. Lets this go for Renfro downfield. And this is caught on the sideline. Are the feet in? They are. What a catch. A big gain there for the Bills. They'll throw again. Bridgewater. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
Whew, that's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle, so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
Here's Bridgewater. His throw caught right around the 6. Touchdown, Bills. Stephon Diggs. His second touchdown of the night. And the Bills have made it a one-score game again here in the fourth. Still an important piece of business to take care of, the extra point. And the lead is down to 2.
Makes the score Titans 43, Bills 41.
Folk now set to boot it after his guys put 6 on the board. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And this one now not quite over yet. Still 2 timeouts remaining defensively. And boy, having that third timeout would have really helped here.
Yeah, another example of why coaches really stress saving your timeouts for when you absolutely have to have them. They go over this all the time. Here's one of those situations.
Another yard would probably put this thing in the books. It's 2nd and 1. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. Now the Bills will use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. Another tote for ETN. And trying to shake free, but ETN cannot. The defense will stop him short.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result. Negative yardage. And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Back to throw. Allen rolling to his right. He's got his tight end fan. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37.
I can hear it right now that most people in our business are saying, why aren't they running the football? But I happen to agree with this strategy. They've had success all game long. I don't think they should go away from it. Too often, teams go into that protect mode and end up giving away the football. This team has stayed aggressive, and it's working out for them.
Allen down to a knee, and that should just about do it. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Titans, their strong start to the year continues as they're up to 5-1. And they'll have another home date next week as the Kansas City Chiefs come to town. Meanwhile, for Buffalo, the losses are piling up as they drop to 1-5 now. And now they'll head to the bye week as they'll be back in action in Week 8.